First of all, I want to thank the Regional Independents for bringing this motion forward, and the first thing I want to say is I support it. Just a few corrections that needs to be made, I think, from speakers earlier on that wouldn't have done a lot of homework. In the line of Derry Bryan, Derry Bryan in 1997 under planning number 973470 done a full EIS, and it was because Ireland didn't transpose the EIA directive later on that Ireland was brought to court on it, just that you might get the facts right. And when the planning was being sought, the people that were looking for the plan had done everything by the book. When a bog slippage, or when the slippage happened, it's actually nothing got to do with the planning for anyone that understand construction. It was where stuff was piled on top of stuff that you should never do. And yeah, that was a mistake, and no one will deny that. But I think the record needs to be clarified and put right. And Minister, I will say one thing to you. If you have Lear Hoji, you will turn round and get Derry Bryan open. Regardless of European courts or any court, you are the person, and I'm hearing everyone on about renewable energy. This is an opportunity for that straight away. In the line of the energy crisis at the moment, Minister, the state, we have now seen EU policy, it has failed, to be quite frank about it. And a state needs to look after health, energy and water. Them were the three things, and to be honest about it, we are facing as a country, with the madness that's going on in Europe, with this climate agenda that's being pushed, that within 5 years we could be without energy and we could be without food. And that's a big worry with the madness that's happening at the moment. So what can we do? Let's look at what can we do. The first thing, of course, we have to do, Minister, is, and you haven't looked at this yet, is a thing called HVO. There's HVO coming across from England at the moment that's being used in homes. It's cutting the emissions by 90%. You change the boiler, actually, only a small part of the boiler. There's machines being working on HVO. But what has the EU done? It has banned HVO coming from America for whatever reason. And if you want a quick win on your so-called climate agenda, HVO is a win for you. On top of that, at the moment, the ESB, in my opinion, are playing every side of this fence. You have Lanesborough and you have Shannon Bridge. And I've talked to people in the ESB who have reliably informed me there is boilers that's needed, there's a few other bits that's required, but the main infrastructure is there. And within 6 to 8 weeks, and that's coming from people in the ESB that would know, they could be put up and running. We are exporting biomass out of Ireland at the moment, just in case people don't know, and we could have used it there. I'm not saying you go on and use it forever, but what we need to do is take ourselves out of the storm that we're in at the moment. LNG, obviously, there's a quick win in that, where we should, what the rest of Europe is doing, it is basically have a store for that as well. And either we decide, Minister, now that we're not going to listen to the civil servants that brought us down these roads for years, that we're going to crack the whip, and above all, that we're not going to listen to this agenda that has come out of Europe, that now themselves admit has failed, and failed miserably. Because out there at the moment, and in your budget that you're bringing, I'm hearing, government talks about we're going to look after the most vulnerable, and rightly so, and fuel allowance and all of that, and we welcome all of that. But let's be very clear on this. There's a cohort of people in what I call Middle Ireland that's above all these thresholds. You could say the people between 25 or 30,000 and 50 or 60,000, and their tongues are out. They're paying mortgages. They have kids going to school. They have to drive to work in rural Ireland, in case you didn't know. And these people are struggling, and struggling bad. And you need to make sure that those people are looked after. On top of that, we will have mass unemployment if, for businesses, you don't put in a package for the likes of solar panels, and on top of that, money in their pocket for the cost of energy that they have paid out at the moment for those businesses.